Hello everyone, how are you today? This is Marc. Today we have a very interesting lesson, and that is a night out. So my personal night out. I'm going to tell you a short story about my personal weekend, okay? Let's just go over the beginning of it, okay? This weekend I went out to a great bar near my place, near my house, I mean. I got into my car and drove for 10 minutes, very near. When I arrived at the bar, I found out that my friends forgot about the location of the place. So I had to send them GPS coordinates to track me down. Do you want to find out the rest of the story? Stay tuned. Okay, in this lesson, as you can imagine, we're going to talk about prepositional verbs and phrasal verbs. But what is their difference? The difference is that the phrasal verbs often have very different meaning. Okay? They can be separated while the prepositional verbs cannot be separated. And I listed some examples just to show you how this works. For the prepositional verbs, we have a verb plus a preposition because we said that cannot be separated, right? Plus the object, obviously. And an example that I wrote is the boy sat on the chair, okay? We cannot separate this, okay? We cannot say the boy sat the chair on. Impossible. The boy sat on the chair. That's why it's a prepositional verb, okay? Sit on. The phrasal verbs can be separated, and the formula that I wrote for you is verb plus object plus particle. The particle could be a preposition or an adverb. For example, I turned the TV on. That's fine, you can say that. I turned the TV on. The other option would be verb plus particle, preposition or adverb, plus object. And I can say, I turned on the TV. So both are possible. Now, on my little story that I started at the beginning, I listed a lot of prepositional verbs and phrasal verbs. Let's go over them. This weekend, I went out to a great bar near my place. We have go out to. I got into my car and drove for 10 minutes. Get into and drive for. When I arrived at the bar, I found out that my friends forgot about the location of the place, so I had to send them GPS coordinates to track me down. So we have find out here, forget about, have to, and track down. Okay, to go out to plus location is inseparable. To drive to plus location, I can say I drove my friends to my house. Okay, so is a phrasal verb then, is separable. To arrive at plus location is inseparable. To find out plus situation is a phrasal verb. To forget about plus situation is an idiom. It adds more emphasis to the verb forget. So forget about, okay? Have to is a verb, and we use it to express a strong obligation. And then we need a verb, the base of the verb. The majority of English verbs precede a preposition according to what you want to say, naturally. There are lots of phrasal verbs, though, that you need to remember. So I'm going to continue my story just to show you how we use phrasal verbs or prepositional verbs, okay? Let's go over that. My friends ended up in a completely another location. Somehow, my smartphone had misguided them to an hour away from where I was. However, after clearing up my location again, they finally were able to turn up at the bar. All in all, the evening turned out to be a great one. We can't wait to meet up again, but this time without relying on GPS, but on good old maps. So here we had to end up plus situation. This is inseparable. It's a prepositional verb, obviously. To clear up plus situation. Inseparable, this is a prepositional verb again. And to finish a task completely. That's what it means. To turn up at plus location is a phrasal verb. It means to appear or arrive somewhere. To turn out to plus verb is a phrasal verb, and it means to end satisfactorily. Can't wait to plus verb is an idiom, and it means to be very eager. Rely on is inseparable, so it's a prepositional verb, and it means to place trust on someone or something. Now let's recap. Okay, in this video we looked at prepositional verbs and phrasal verbs and their differences. Remember that phrasal verbs can be separable, okay? Prepositional verbs cannot. A good way to remember prepositional verbs and phrasal verbs is to use them in a story. Create your own story about your real life, just like I did. If you have comments, questions, suggestions, you may post them under this video. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and I see you the next time. Take care. Bye-bye.